So you got the girl's number, a new number, super excited, wondering when to text her, how to text her, when to get her out. So the question is, when should you ask the girl out? How long is too long? Making sure that you're not looking needy. So in this video, I'm going to talk about when you get a girl's number, what to do, when to ask her out, and when to know when to walk away. So with that, if you like the video, please give it a like, please give the channel a subscribe and pass it along. And with that, let's get started. So yes, even though it is 2020, getting a number, it's always exciting, especially if you met somebody cool, met someone that you clicked on, that you thought was very attractive. So as always, it's the guy usually who needs to kind of initiate in terms of the meetup. And the question is, in 2020, when you get a new number, when to ask her out, and making sure that one, it's not too needy, and two, to make sure that you're not waiting too long before the girl kind of forgets about you altogether. So in my opinion and from my experience, when you get a girl's number, first thing you need to do is to text her, an hour or two afterwards. It can be something funny that kind of correlates back to the conversation, or you can just be like, hey, this is blah, blah, blah from earlier, great to meet you. And the thing that you want to look out for is, one, if she responds, because if she doesn't respond to that, then take it as kind of a flake. You can always try the next day to maybe ask about or ask a question, but usually that first text, if you text something even as simple as, hey, this is blah, 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 it was nice to meet you, she will respond if she was into, whether you, and if she liked you or not, etc. That's the first thing you need to look out for. After you get that first response, it's up to you if you want to send a few more texts for the rest of the day. But typically what I would do is I'll kind of leave it. The next day, I'll reinitiate a conversation, mention something about my day, saying, hey, I saw this, something funny happened, anything exciting happened to you. She'll respond, and then after that, I'll be like, okay, great. When are you free for a drink? Are you free either Tuesday or Thursday? So this may trigger some questions in terms of, okay, are you asking it too fast? My opinion, no, because in today's day, girls and guys, but especially girls, they're meeting a lot of new people every day, every week. So sometimes if you wait too long, it's going to kind of lose that, maybe spark that was there when you guys initially met, especially if you met during the day. You kind of stood out, especially if you approached her, in a cool way, you're really going to stand out. So waiting, the next day and then giving her like a couple of choices. Then if she's into it, or if she's into you, if she really wants to see you, she'll choose the day and time, no problem. And this will also cut out any girls who are maybe looking to play games, or they just gave you their number for attention, because usually if you give 2 days but the girl can't make them, or she says we'll see, then it's pretty much you have to put the ball in her court. Don't ask her out again. Just be like, okay, that's fine. Just let me know when you're free next time, and then leave it at that, because that way you're not wasting your time and you're not giving too much of your attention away, and you're showing that you're super busy as well. Because what I found out was, if you text a girl back and forth for, it can be anywhere from like 3 days to a week before asking her out, then this is just from experience. Other guys can have different, opinions and stories, but usually the girl will lose a little bit of attraction. That's when you might start to go into the friend zone, because you start talking about mundane topics like the weather, or what you did on a normal day. Like, this is stuff that all can be talked about when you actually see the person. The text is usually just used as a tool to store contacts and to arrange meetups. It's not really meant for back and forth conversation. That's only meant between friends. That's why I mentioned that the more you text a girl, the more that you'll probably be quote unquote friend zoned. So to kind of summarize, when you get a girl's number that same day, or if it was late at night, the following morning, text her your number and your name and say that it was nice to meet you. See if she responds to that. If she does respond to that, then I would say a day, 2 max. Send a text, be like, give something cool about what you did. Ask her how her day went. And then after that, just be like, great, let's grab a drink. Are you free on this day or that day? Give 2 options, and then she should be able to select one of them. Then that's where you arrange the time and the place to meet. If she says both those days don't work, or she ignores it, or she says she can't and doesn't offer a alternative, then leave it, don't respond, and wait until she comes back. And if she doesn't, then you kind of know your answer. But this way, and you're going to go through a lot, especially if you ask out a lot of girls, if you're in the dating game, this is going to happen quite a bit. This is just going to give you that mindset that, okay, I cannot just be focused on one girl. She maybe she's seen somebody, or I don't know, maybe something happened to where maybe she met somebody else that she wants to go out with. Fine. But in your case, you need to go out and you need to meet more girls, and that the more girls that you meet, the more numbers you get, then you're going to be able to set more dates instead of just relying on one person. Because yes, there's a possibility that they'll schedule a date with you, but then the flake will happen, possibly. So that's why meet more people to get more options. So guys, with that, I hope this was very helpful. Let me know if there's any questions. I know there's different opinions about all this, but I'm just talking about my experience because I've dated, I've asked out lots and lots and lots of girls, and you start to see kind of trends in terms of what works and what doesn't. And this way has worked out quite well. It cuts a lot of the BS in terms of just people looking for attention, and they'll text you, but they're not going to meet up with you. So this way that you know who actually wants to go out and hang out with you. So guys, with that, like I said, please pass it along. Please give it a like. Please give it a subscribe. And I'll talk to you all in the next video.